Hi, my name is Mary Hernandez, and this will be our last project. Yay! I will be using the 5 books that I have in reference to the civil rights movement. Those were my favorite ones. I was able to read through a lot of them while picking them out. The first one I chose was the book that we actually all read together was The Watsons That Go to Birmingham. What I noticed in this book is it's all just pure words. There's no pictures in here, which is okay, because this would be for a person maybe in upper elementary school or maybe middle school. The thing is that the author of this book, even though the characters in this book are not real, the life events are real that takes place in this area. The actual characters, the author uses his life experiences as a child, what he experiences during the civil rights movement, and he places that into the characters. So this is really, really good. The second book I chose was The Birmingham Sunday. This one actually was a really good book. I noticed in here that it first starts off and it lists, a picture of God. And then it has on here the 4 children who died on that day. And it really is an intense moment when you first look at them and you think, oh my gosh, But the whole book is filled with black and white pictures. They're all black and white in here, but it's an easy read, and it would be good for a child, maybe third grade on up. According to Jean Piaget, he has on here how children are now able to grasp the concept of history and the passages of that time. This is during the period of concrete operations. So, but if you look on here, the pictures can be really graphic. So it would be for an older child. There are similar books maybe suitable for children younger, but yeah, this would definitely be for an older elementary child. The third book I have is Rosa Parks. This book here was really, really beautiful. Inside, when I opened it, the pictures are what fascinated me. Just the way they were written. Look at how peaceful that is. Just like a whole genuine family. The pictures make a huge difference, the illustrations. So, Rosa Parks was actually, she was a seamstress, and she chose to sit in an area on the bus that was neutral for blacks and whites. Since a white person did not have a place to sit, she was told that she had to move, and she refused to. Even though this was an incident that did take place, it did make history. But it's just beautiful. The fourth book I have, which was Riding to Washington, it's about a black woman and a white girl, and these two are traveling to Washington to see Martin Luther King make a speech. So this one was really, really good. And when you see the pictures inside, it's just fascinating. Look at that. Just so real. And it's an easy read, and this would also be for a child maybe 3rd to 4th grade on up. And what I liked most about it is towards the end, but to get to the end, an incident took place on their way, which the lady and a child were on their way to, when they were on their way to Washington, they made a stop to use the restroom. The black lady was not allowed to use it, but the little boy at the service station told him no. The little girl gave him a slight remark about he needs to do what is right rather than wrong. And so it made him realize, he started thinking, about her comments. So he ended up allowing them to use the restroom. But she made him understand that it's not all about doing always what is right. But at the end, which was really, really a nice part, and it has in here, Doctor's speeches sounded fine. The way he said it was just like music, but I wondered to myself, why is he telling me about this dream? What does it have to do with me? Then I felt a hand resting soft on my shoulder. Miss Taylor gazed at me, tears streaming down her face, and that's when I knew it. The dream belonged not just to Dr. King and Miss Taylor and her husband, but to me and my dad and maybe even that boy at the gas station. She understands at the end everything that takes place. It's just an amazing story. The last book that I have is As Good as Anybody, and what I liked about this book the most is at the end it shows them both. They both experience the same. This will help children understand the different cultures out there that experience this. A lot of parents don't want their children to read books like this. They don't want them to they're just trying to protect your children, not in a bad way, but in a good way. But with everything that's going on in our generation right now with the World Trade Center, the marathon bombing, it's good for children to understand, you know, what takes place in history, why people do what they do. But they need to understand that Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't the only one that was going through, you know, racism and everything. There was another man in a totally different culture, which was Jewish. He was experiencing the same thing. He experiences his, when Hitler took over, on how his parents were killed and, you know, how his life changed. It's really, really good. And this book here would be for a third grader on up. And there's not really anything in here that would be horrible for a child to be read to. But all these books, I believe, are a great experience for children. See how they're both walking together? These books would teach children not only about the history, but about the different cultures that each one had to face. Overall, they're all good reading material for them. Thank you.